So I thought I'd do a little rambling update. I've got a few kits here that I've had delivered over the last few weeks. I don't usually go out on a splurge and get lots of new kits, but certain deals have sort of presented themselves to me, so I couldn't really say no. This one is the first of them. This is a bit unusual one. I got this one and the Dornier as well. These were, from all places, te.x. And I was sort of rambling through there with the girlfriend, looking at all the homeware stuff, and came across these in one aisle, which was surprising in itself, but the price is very good. This is one of the Dogfight double set with the new tooled Bowfighter and Focke-Wulf A8 from Airfix at $12.99, which is a pretty good price. I think anyone would sort of agree with that. And this is the starter set, so it comes with paints and glues and brushes. I find the brushes quite useful, but the paints just go in a box, and the glue should be thrown out, but it goes in a box for when to use. I'm not too sure, but as well as all of that, we get the stand as well. I'm not sure if I do use this or not. I mean, this is as good an excuse as any to do some in-flight stuff, which I always like the idea of, because obviously planes look better when they're in the air. But I don't know, I may do that, given that I've got the stand. But it does look a little bit, well, I don't know, I suppose you could paint it up. It can be done quite nicely, so that might be something I'll go for. Unusually, well, I say that, I've never had a Dogfight double set before, but you do have full stencil data of decals for both aircraft, so which is quite good. Usually they're dumbed down in the starter sets, and I'd imagine this is sort of aimed at that. So that's a good one. And also from te.x, I've got the Dornier, which this was $9.99. That's not so surprising. This is quite widely available on the internet now, around the £10 mark. It doesn't seem, neither of these are available on the Airfix site now, so I guess they're sort of in between production runs, or they're at the end of the run. They're both new moulds. This one is 2015, which is relatively new, here in 2017. But this is a really, really good kit. I'll do an inbox review of all of these, but I've had a look through here, and the detail is surprising, to say the least. You've got really good clear parts, as is starting to be the case with Airfix these days, but it's the amount of detail. When we look at, I'll do a little bit of a sprue tour. It's not just in the cockpit that the detail is, it runs right the way through the aircraft. You've got detailed engines. On the side of the box, it does seem to suggest that they can be exposed. Now, whether that's, I don't know if you can see this or not, but here they've got the engines exposed, so what that would look like I'm not too sure, but that's quite an interesting way to go with the cowling off. And as I say, it's really quite good. I'm thinking this is almost too good to just build straight as is. I'm thinking I might get the Edward zoom set at least. I don't think you really need the extra detail for outside, but the cockpit could be jazzed up quite well. But certainly here, all of the radios look very nice straight out of the box. There's the wing. Again, really nice. Panel lines aren't too heavily done. It's really well detailed, even down as far as the seats. There's a bit of webbing detail on the seats, which is really, really nicely done. The engines are very crisp, really good detail right the way through. We have got ejector pin marks, obviously. There's roof detail there on the inside of the upper side of the wing. And the wheelbase, again, really nicely detailed here. And there's all that cockpit detail again. There's just absolutely tons of it, so I was really surprised. And then it even goes as far as there's a full bomb load that comes with it all here. This is all the bomb load. You've got full pilots. There's 4 altogether. and I'm not quite sure what this is. It looks like it's something. It goes in the bomb bay, just behind the bombs. So this fills that gap as well. So whatever that's meant to be, that's in there as well. Really nice ailerons if you are going to have them in the down position. Nice detail there. So as I can say, I've said numerous times, a really nice kit. And the decal options, again the decals are really nice. As we've come to expect, it's cartograph. You've got instrument panels there, there's decals and full stencils. And you even get a separate stencil data sheet. That's how many's on this one. And have a quick look at the options. So you've got one from the Eastern Front, 1941, Croatian Volunteers. It's really good with the yellow. It's always quite nice to see that on the German aircraft, on the early bombers. And then you've got one here from France, July 1940. Again, really nice. So that is the Dornier. So that was a really good find. Again, you don't expect these when you're popping into town to do a bit of sort of normal shopping. It's quite nice to come back with something like this. This is another one I've had turn up. I've been looking through the stash where I build quite a lot of Spanish Civil War subjects for the SIG that I run. They tend to be short run kits, so they can be quite difficult. They've either got a ton of detail already in them, resin parts and etched metal, or even if they're just out of the box, they still tend to be a bit difficult. They don't go together. They're not certainly not Tamiya quality. So when I'm building a lot of those, I like to have something that's a bit easier to go together, and you can build it straight out of the box. Now, I've been eyeing a Corsair for a very long time. This one in particular. So I finally jumped on this one, and this is obviously the usual Tamiya quality. Everything's really great. It's all individual plastic bags, nice marking options, great decal sheet there. I'm really liking the one on the box art, to be honest. Not only for the yellow, but I like these big arrows. So that'll be just a sort of fun build to chuck in the middle of sort of doing some of the more complex projects I'm doing. And then the next two, I wanted to give this place a mention. I got these from a Froome model centre, which is local to me in Somerset, and they're having a sale on their website at the minute, and they deliver all over the UK. As long as it's £25, it's free delivery. So I picked these two up. And this one was 10% off. This was under about 25 quid, I think. And then this one, it's got £7.99 on there, but this was around the £5 mark, I think. So that was really nice to make up the order. And they've got lots of great stuff there. And if you're ever in the area in Somerset, it's one of those shops that you don't really see anymore. It's kits, floor to ceiling, all sorts of interesting things. Not everything's on the website. So you do pick up the odd gem in there. It's a really great shop. It caters for everything. It's got planes, armour, ships. It's even got like Warhammer and wargaming stuff as well. And there's a small toy shop attached to it. So that's a great place to check out. So this is another Focke-Wulf. This is before I got the Dogfight double set. So I've got two of them now. So I'll do the F8 version of this one. I've just been looking at this for a while, so I thought I'd add it in to do as one of the sort of quick builds. And it's obviously the one on the front of the box. I think that's the one everyone will go for. And to try and test my skills a little bit, I like to do a car now and again. I haven't really completed too many all that well, but I like to have a go. It's trying to get that polished finish. And this looked like a nice car at the right price, so I thought I'd jump on that. Again, usual Tamiya quality, really nice moulding all the way through. Fantastic clear parts. In their cars, they are quite good. You get mask details for all of the canopy, well, for all the clear parts, the windows. And this has got a full engine as well, I believe. Quite a lot of chrome pieces. I think I'd probably respray those because they can look a bit tacky, especially if you've got clean-up points. and there's numerous different colours to go for, although that black is quite nice. And you've got the white bars, the decals, as well as you've also got black bars as well if you do the white version. So that's my sort of recent haul. I might do a few videos like this, try and keep them short and sweet, and go through a few of the kits that I've got here, because they're it's quite a rare stuff. There's obviously a lot of stuff related to the Spanish Civil War, but there's plenty of kits I've got left over from before I started that SIG and since, because I like to build other stuff with it, as well as armour. And I've even got a very interesting battleship as well, which is quite hard to find these days. So yeah, there's a little update of kits I've got on the go, or due to be on the go. And I'll do reviews for the ones I've shown in this video to be going up soon as well, to follow it on.